Hey guys, Jeff here with Ghost Knight Gaming, and we are back with our adventure with the Warriors of Light in Final Fantasy 1. We are hanging out outside of Astos' castle. I'm not even 100% sure I'm going to the right location yet, but hey, let's go inside and see what happens. What could possibly go wrong as we make our way to defeat the evil? We saved, right? I was tricked by Astos, king of the Dark Elves, and now my castle has fallen into ruin. If only I could if I could only retrieve the crown from the marsh cave, I would be able to restore my castle. Might you bring me the crown? Okay. Now I'm a little confused. There's treasure in there. I don't think we can access it right now. So we'll do that later. I like this music. You know what? Final Fantasy 1 has some very good music, and I will not be told otherwise. And the Pixel Remaster brings it even further to life and something worth enjoying. Absolutely. Okay, so let's go south. I think that's the way to go. Oh, we have wolves. Wolves and warg wolves, and what are we going to do about it? I don't know. Probably just hit them with weapons until they stop hitting us, right? That's what Warriors of Light do. Is we hit people that hit us and restore crystals at the same time. Something like that. I don't think anybody actually fully read the plan when deciding how they were going to save the world. And all they know is that the crystals aren't alight and bad stuff's happening and stuff and things, and yeah, that's all I've got. That's all I can tell you. Alright, so we go south. This is the best plan that we have, I think. Worst comes to worst, we'll use a tent when we get down there to be ready for whatever we find. We could sail around and get ourselves absolutely lost, but I don't think we're going to try to do that. It's not going to be fun, so that's not going to happen. Alright. Oh look, there's a hole in the ground. It's probably not going to be a safe hole to go into. They usually aren't. We should know these things. But we're going to do it anyway. Now, one of the things that is really great about this version is we have a map. So we can figure out where we want to go. So do we want to go check out treasure or what? I don't know. Probably going to go look for treasure. Can't hurt to try to get another level or two, but we got to watch out for status ailments. I don't think I've stockpiled on stuff, but we're an okay level for being in here. In fact, I think we might be enough above level that we'll be fine doing this cave. I think. Now don't quote me on that, because, you know, things could get weird. I mean, it's a fantasy adventure. Things are bound to get weird. Though it would be nice if they stopped hitting me. Oh, they regenerate. It's a neat little trick. Can I have it? Oh, this just goes down. Alright. Now see, the other one goes down to here. Oh, this is the one that has all the treasure. Well, shit. This one does too. Just a little bit, so we want to go down there. And hopefully don't trigger too many fights. Alright. Can you cast Dia fast enough? I don't even know if you can kill them with Dia. It's okay if they take out a couple of them. As long as our cleric gets the rest, we're doing okay, or a white mage, or whatever they are. I'm actually curious, because I mean, this is very heavily inspired by D&D, And I mean, I've never actually looked into it. Oh, these guys are a pain. We actually need to use magic. They take considerably less damage from everything else. So, like Flans from the Final Fantasy series, they actually showed up here first, where they were incredibly high regular defense, but very low magic defense, or were weak to a particular element. Lots of undead down here. I don't really want to get too much of their attention. I also don't want to use up too much of my spell casting as well while we're trying to go through. But that's a problem. Various enemies that do paralysis. That could leave us with a bit of a problem if that sticks around far too long. Because that could also stun lock an entire party and leave us, well, watching in horror as our party is dismantled. And for anybody that played the original version of this game, that was an incredibly viable threat of just having your party wiped because you got stuck in a dungeon. And these dungeons aren't... Early on, they're kind of short. But later on, they start getting a bit longer, and there's a lot going on there. And we'll talk about some of those dungeons as we progress through our adventure here. And we end up finding ourselves just running out of resources. You're either running from as many fights as possible, or if you can't run, trying not to use too many of your resources as you go through. Because if you do, you leave yourself very, very exposed to getting yourself absolutely trashed by the boss that shows up at the end of any given dungeon. And, well, that's just not fun. So there's plenty of people that, once you get to about halfway through the game, kind of stalled. Oh, that crit got through. So crits will do good damage if we can score them. They don't have a ton of health, like they're not absolute like health tanks, which is good. Otherwise, this would be much worse for us. But they're still, and they don't do a ton of damage. I don't know if they have status ailments on these ones. Hopefully not. There we go. I took a couple of rounds, but let's open a door. So one of the things we have to watch out for is encounter squares. Certain squares in some of the dungeons, not that I remember where most of them are, will automatically spawn an enemy. We've got 2 people poisoned already. This is great. I don't know if I have a lot of antidotes, and I do not have the need to work on. These two. These two. Come on, you guys are supposed to be helping. Carry the party. Come on, let's go. Alright, so we've got a couple of potions, which is fine. Alright, so I bought a couple of antidotes. It's not going to be enough to do everything we need, but there we go. So we'll toss in some healing. I forgot I can run. Please don't. Let's not give them a chance to actually get a turn. That would be nice. Yeah, I don't think we're going to level before we get through here. So, there we go. I might have to stick out the pile. Stick it out. Did that. Oh, they're both poisoned. Nice. Not really. Somebody is. Yeah. my favorite part of playing through dungeons like this is you don't know where everything is. Actually, there is a trick to it. Let's use that trick. I definitely don't have enough healing for this. Who decided to go in here this early? It was probably the black mage. But if we go to here and I do this, now I can actually see in every single one. Alright, so there's our target. That's what we need. It's all fancy and shit, but it's also got an encounter plate. Where I'm pretty certain you, if you walk over that square in front of that chest, it will trigger the encounter every single time. Gray ooze. Now we've escalated. Did I buy any ethers? I don't know. I might have. Either way, oh, never mind. I just wasted a fire spell. Apparently these things we can beat the heck out of just fine. Oh, well. We'll make the most of it. Alright, let's grab this. Phoenix Down is not a terrible thing. So, having access to stuff like this, almost... some people are not happy about that. They think it makes the game too easy. Actually, you know what? I am going to use a fire here. Because these guys are nasty. Alright, so 90 damage takes one out. Perfect. But, I mean, I think there's a difference between challenge and accessibility. You know, like these are fun games to play, and you can't play them if you can't beat them, right? And some of the stuff was just signs of the limitations of the system at the time. I mean, half the stuff, there was a bunch of stuff that just didn't work. Mechanics and elements, and I mean, you can't patch games like you can now. You can't do quick saves and stuff like that. So anything that's broken, you can't undo it. Oh, they're in the chest. Never mind. So these are fine. So, all right. So let's talk about the Pisco Demon here. The Pisco Demon is an example of the creatures that they created for the Final Fantasy series that are subtle ripoffs of stuff that is technically trademarked material from Dungeons & Dragons, or at least eventually became trademarked. I don't know when that officially happened. I'd have to actually look it up. And these are an example because the Pisco Demons look exactly like the Illithid do in Dungeons & Dragons, which is a trademarked monster, including things like the Displacer Beast and the Beholder. So that's why if you look at other games that are built like that, so Pathfinder and Swords and Sorcery and stuff, you will not find those creatures amongst their tomes of beasts, because they are trademarked. And that's why you see them in the D&D movie just fine, but not in this. And I should have healed before I did this. Why? Why? Who does this? I do this. That's who does it. We have one casting. Let's make it worth it. They don't do a ton of damage. He just one-shotted a guy. That's okay. Alright, so he did 40 damage. That's not going to help us much, but at least he's trying, I suppose. She's just going to keep healing. You can Blizzard somebody. This one. Just use Blizzard. That one hurt. That's another one down. That should maybe. No, not gonna do it. Alright, Kira. Let's keep you alive. Away you go. Alright, let's fight. Oh, we did level up just before. Look, we have a crown. You obtain the crown. Now, here's our dilemma. Do I have an easy way out of here? Yes, no, maybe so. No, I don't. I do not have a way out of here. I do have ethers in a pinch. But I need a lot more potions is what I need. So now we face a new problem. Getting out. Now I could come back later and get all the treasure I need. None of our really important things that we must have are here. So it's not for a bit that we can start getting weapons and armor that we can use as items for a little bit. We will want to grab them soon once they become available in some of the later dungeons, because that is going to save us a lot of resources. I could run. I think we can take them, but oh, he's poisoned already. Guys, come on. You could resist poison once in a while. That'd be great. Oh, last minute get poisoned shot here? Come on, guys. Do not poison my entire party, please. That would be the general preference. Alright, that'll work. We're healing him up. Can't really afford to let them stay poisoned. It's funny how they do each poison. Key! Sorry, randomly distracted by a bat. Guys, go away. This is the dangerous part about this whole venture, is actually getting back out. And I'm pretty certain there's plenty of people that played the original. That was actually the problem. You put everything into getting in there, and then you couldn't get out of some of the dungeons. And thus you suffered a terrible fate of, not only did you get all the way through the dungeon, not only did you beat the boss, but then you got stuck on the way out, and then had to do it all over again. And in the original game, you could only save in town. So you could only go to the various inns to save your game. Which means that you also had whatever trek it took to get you to the dungeon. Oh, an antidote. I'll take that. And the trip back. So you had to make sure you survived all of that. We got ambushed. We are in trouble. That is the scariest proposition of this situation, because as you can see, yeah, they just paralyzed half our team. So this is where Dia comes in. Which is good, because otherwise we would have been toast. How far do I have to go? Right there. We are so close to the exit. I love how suitably frantic the music is. Because it actually makes sense. This is not a safe place to be. Not in the slightest. And we're only just making our way out. From here, we're going to have to get back to town. Now, we're still pretty good. Like, don't get me wrong. We're fine. Once we get outside, I can go use a tent. Heck, once we get outside, we can just use the tent, and we can continue on our way, and actually go drop off this crown. Because that would be a good way to do this, because I can save outside. So, we may not even go back. Maybe. I'm debating. I'm contemplating it, but I can't tell you. I don't know. Alright, take these guys out. Let's get outside. We're so close. We've almost made it to the exit. Ah, fresh air. Fresh swamp air. And yes, we've made it out. We're going to move away from the cave just in case somebody tries to pull us back in. And we're going to find more things to fight because I'm paying attention. Alright, deal with these guys. And then we'll get the heck out of here. Once we finish this fight, we're going to wrap up this episode. Next episode, we're actually going to go back to that castle and give that crown to the king and see what happens from there. It's probably not going to go according to plan. It never does. And we'll continue the adventures of our intrepid warriors of light and see where else this all takes them. It'll be great. We might save the day or something, or save somebody. Maybe we'll wake up this prince. I think we just need a set of symbols. That would probably work just fine. So, that is it for this episode. We made it out of the marsh cave and survived and didn't get eaten by, mine tentacles. It means we're doing all right. Next episode, let's go find where Astos is and deal with that little problem. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, watch some of the other stuff, hang out with me on Twitch. I know, I'm asking a lot, but what you can do, if nothing else, is have fun, keep gaming, and I'll see you guys again next time.